Hey guys, I started a new series today called How To's with JG. So we are going to focus on how to do push-ups and then how to progress from wherever you're at to much more challenging, how to for pull-ups, and then the same thing for planks. So if you are watching, first thing I want you to do is hit the like button for this, or if you don't like it, that's okay. But if you like it, give me a thumbs up. We're also going to give away prizes for people who participated last week in the paperclip challenge, talking about how to change a habit. So if you did that, I need you to comment below and tell me that you did the paperclip challenge and that you have 7 days in a row, at least 6 days if somebody joined on Thursday. So we're going to dive right into everything, okay? So we're going to start with pull-ups, push-ups. We're going to start with push-ups. All right, so I'm hoping the camera is going to be able to capture all of this. So I'm going to take you from the basics of a fundamental push-up and the things to keep in mind, all the way to, okay, you may be starting here, something easier, 6 progressions to what I think are some of the hardest ones, okay? So, step number 1. Hopefully you guys can see me here, all right? First thing, when you're getting into your push-up, you want to make sure that your hands are directly under your shoulders, okay? So we see it a lot of times. People will start a push-up and their hands get out real wide. If that was you, okay, maybe you started the GTS and you did them real wide, give me that thumbs up right now. Hey, that was me, Jeremy. So, hands under the shoulders, okay? If you're on your toes, your feet are actually going to be together, because what our goal is for you to be in a plank. Okay, people forget that a lot of times. They think, I hear people say it all the time, oh, my arms are tired. And I say, that's okay. This is for your chest. All right, so, but we're working your core just as much as we are your upper body if you do it right. So we want you to be, when you're on your toes, and I'll show that progression, make sure that your core is engaged. All right? Our neck is neutral. Okay, so we're not looking up, but we're not at the bottom, stretching our neck, right? I call it chicken neck, right? So when you get to the bottom, don't chicken neck, right? We want your gaze to be neutral, and that's going to be just a little bit in front of your body, okay? So gaze is neutral, right? Get your spine in the right alignment. When you are going down, you're breathing in at the bottom to push up, right? So those are some of the basics of a push-up. You're out real wide like this, you're actually putting a bunch of stress on your shoulders. If you're too close, so there's actually nothing wrong with a close grip, but neutral, so underneath the shoulders is actually more beneficial. It's working more chest and triceps. Real close like this, and I'll show that progression to you, is pretty much just triceps, all right? So we're trying to hit some of those bigger muscle groups. So, again, if you're just joining in, we're going through the how-tos of push-up, pull-up, plank, the 3 Ps, right? See, these are some of the best moves that you can do. I'm going to walk you through a quick progression. There are 6 progressions to this, all right? And we're actually going to turn the video. So if you have a really bad shoulder, maybe somebody told you you shouldn't be doing much resistance with regards to push-ups, I want you to start in an elevated position, all right? So you could do it on the wall. You could also do it on the bench. Okay, so it's going to take some of that pressure off. So if you haven't done push-ups in a long time, or you've been told like, hey, you need to avoid this a little bit, that's where you're going to start. Step number 2 is going to be down on your knees. Okay, here's a key point to this one. If you're starting on your knees, when you get to the top, y'all, don't do this. All right, don't push backwards. You want to try to go straight up and down over top of your knuckles. All right, so don't push backwards. Progression number 3 is on your toes, just like we talked about. Okay? Progression number 4, if you're like, you know what, I'm pretty good on my toes. Progression number 4 would be what I mentioned earlier, close grip. All right? And this, in particular, is close grip. Elbows are going to be pinned to your waist, so you're here. Okay? And you'll feel it. That's definitely more challenging. Don't let your elbows do that when you start doing close grip. Again, it's just going to be all shoulders. Keep the elbows pinned in. Some people call them diamond push-ups. I say that's a girl's best friend, right? Fear, it's a girl's best friend. Next one, is either unstable or declined. So if you're looking for something harder than on your toes, get your feet up, right? So it could be here, it could be higher, you could have a foot up in the air, but that in declined position is more challenging. It actually also works a little bit more of the upper part of your chest. So the last one, one more. We're gonna turn the video. Coming in for the real thing, coming in real close here. All right, so now you can see the Bosu ball. So I love unstable push-ups because there's a lot happening when you're having to balance something, especially like a Bosu ball. So declined, maybe a little harder, but they're pretty similar. You're having to stabilize that ball, right? And you're here. But you can find anything that's not a flat, stable surface. You could have dumbbells turned up, you could be on medicine balls, there's a lot of different ways. And this one actually, y'all, is my favorite. This is my favorite all-time push-up. A friend of mine taught this to me. It's called a walkover push-up. All right, I'm gonna show it to you because I hope you will eventually progress to this. You do a push-up only on the ground. You do a push-up, keep your hips down, you're walking up and over, and you do a push-up on that other side. All right, so there's also a couple of more above that. Fortunately, I can't demo those right now. I'm trying to heal from a back injury. So 6 progressions for pull-ups. All right, start where you're at. All right, you don't have to go to those real hard ones if you're not ready for it. Do something that's challenging, but that'll keep you safe. So those are push-ups. Remember, if you did the paperclip challenge, make sure that you tell me in the comments below. If you're watching this, you're like, oh, you know what, I learned something. Give me a thumbs up, like the video for me. I'm also going to be giving away some amazing prizes, okay? For anybody that likes, comments, or shares. So hit that heart button, hit that thumbs up. Make sure that you're doing that while you're watching, okay? Because I'm actually gonna announce either tomorrow or Friday. Haven't decided yet, right? But today, you can do it anytime today, whether you're watching live or watching it later. Like, comment, or share this. I got some sweet prizes, right? And I'm gonna be announcing what I'm giving away for people who did the paperclip challenge here in just a little bit. All right, so that's our push-up. Next up, pull-up, right? And if you're watching right now, y'all, and if you have questions, please post them in there. So when I get done with the demo part, I'm gonna come back in and answer any questions that I can for you all, right? So make sure you post those right now. All right, pull-ups. So the first place to start with a pull-up, right? So we're working back muscles, all right? Is to start with what we call a row. All right, if you've got a band at the house or if you're at the gym, this is a row, kind of in a semi-squatted position, pulling in, squeezing your back muscles, okay? The next step, once you've gotten really strong with that, progressing up into some really good pull-ups, is an inverted pull-up. You can do a bar, you can do a TRX. All right, so you're laying down underneath something, trying to pull your chest to the bar. The further out the feet are, the harder that move is going to be. So that's an inverted pull-up. Next up, so if you want to progress into pull-ups, and you're like, you know what, I can't do this one I'm getting ready to show you, start with those. So negatives. So that basically means you get up to the top. You can use a chair, a ladder, I don't care what you use. Get your chin above the bar, and you're going to come down slow. Overhand grip, okay? So you're going to get your chin above the bar, nice and slow. Here is one tip when you're doing negatives or regular pull-ups. I think it's probably the most beneficial that the fewest people talk about. It's keep your eyes up, all right? When you're coming down, the difference between here, right, and looking up, right, if you notice that little subtle movement, that's going to engage more of those lats, which is what we're trying to do. All right, so that's the third progression. Fourth one, there's kind of 2. You can either go underhand, a little bit easier than trying to do a full pull-up, or assisted. So if you have a machine that you can give some assistance, or if you have a band that you can put in, I don't have those set up for today, or you can do a reverse grip, which is here. Okay, the next one, all right, so we've done negatives, we've done reverse grip, and now we're talking about a real pull-up. A real pull-up, y'all, is dead hang. That means no momentum at the bottom, and you're gonna pull your chin above the bar. Hands should be a little wider than shoulder width, all right? So if you're doing them from in here, It's much, much easier. It's a lot of your biceps. So slightly wider than your shoulders, overhand grip. People always ask me this too, like, should I wrap my thumb or my thumb go on top? Whatever feels comfortable. All right, so I'm gonna show you from this angle, okay? So we're hanging, we're looking up, shoulders are in their sockets, and we're gonna pull. Make sure you breathe, okay? When you're ready to pull, you should have your lungs full of air, and then there's power in your breath. So pull hard to get your chin above that bar, all right? The next progression is either a weight, right? So I've got a backpack, right? It's just an old backpack of mine. So it's like 15 pounds, I think is what's in here, 18 pounds. Do that with that on there. Another one of my favorites is called a tick-tock pull-up, okay? So your grip is here, and you're gonna pull to one side, you're gonna pull to the other side. And that is your progressions with pull-ups, all right? So we're gonna move right into planks. So again, remember, if you have questions, make sure you're asking those, right? You can post them, if you're watching live, you can post it later on and I'll come back in and answer those for you, okay? So this is a how-to do push-ups, how to do pull-ups, and now how to do planks, okay? Planks one of the best things you can do for your core, for your body, period. So, number one, start on your knees, right? If that's where you're at, fine. All right, have a knee down, or you can even have one knee down, but you're gonna have your elbows lined up under your shoulders, okay? So we don't wanna be out here. We wanna get everything packed in nice and tight, elbows directly under your shoulder. That's important, all right? The next part of it is make sure, so we're gonna go ahead and progress into the third one. So both knees down, one knee down, now you're on your toes. Okay, that should really be a kind of the benchmark for you. When you get to where, you know what, I can do a minute of plank on my toes, you've got a pretty strong core. Okay, so if you can do at least a minute of plank, like if you're a client and you know you've tested yourself, give me a thumbs up right now. It's like, you know what, I got that. I own it, Jeremy. All right, so when we're in this position, heels are together. Okay, so if you can see me better from here. Heels are together. Okay, we don't want to be out here. Hips are down. We're not sagging. We're not way up high. You're going to make two fists, right? I bet, I can almost guarantee most of you watching do this. We're going to make two separate fists, and I want you to squeeze, right? I want you to engage your upper body, squeezing. It's not just, oh, I can hold this. It's how much engagement can you get when you're trying to hold. So every muscle in your body should be engaged, all right? Next progression, so you're on your toes. Next one is what we call a leg kick, all right? Hopefully you guys can see this. If you can see that, if you're having trouble seeing when I go down on the ground, like tell me right now, those of y'all that are watching live. So, but if you're in the elbow plank position, hips are down, and you're going to straight leg, okay? That's a really good one, not only for your core, but actually that'll work your glutes. So ladies that are watching, it's gonna make guys, maybe you're watching, you wanna build your glutes, that's a good one. But you gotta keep your legs straight. So if you bend your knees, it's not working the glutes anymore. So that's the next progression. Next one, number 5, is a punch. This is a pretty challenging one. Jody and Carrie, before they left, they made me test this to make sure I could do it with my back that's been hurting before they would leave. So I've got like all these ladies always watching out for me. So when you're doing this, it's okay to spread your feet just a little bit wider to get that better base, right? And hopefully I'm going to show you from this angle. Keep your hips down, right? And there's a little jab. Okay, little jab. You're going to feel it. Your hips are going to want to roll side to side, okay? Try to keep them locked in place. Give a little jab. We always say in here, imagine that's somebody's face, right? That's your trainer at GTS, and he's made you mad, and you're jabbing, right? Giving them a little jab there. So the last one I think is a really challenging one is unstable. Anytime we can go from a stable surface to unstable, there's a lot of stabilizing type muscles that are engaging, including this one. So when you're on the ball, the closer the feet are, the more challenging. The further away, the easier, okay? So you can either hold the position, right? I don't know if you guys can see me, all right? hold the position, or you can stir, or, and I'm not going to go real far, the big joke before Carrie and Jody left was, if you go down on live TV or live Facebook, it'd be easy to just say, hey, someone call Sheila, call the ambulance, somebody come help me. So, but you're going to move. We call that one the body saw. To me, that's actually one of the most challenging how-tos, one of the most challenging planks that you can do. You don't have to start there. If you're just getting back into exercise, start with one knee. Start with both knees on the ground and progress. It's always about progression. Start where you're at, and then try to get a little bit better each time that you do that. Right, so remember, if you have questions, I want you to post those right now. Let's see who's coming in. People can see me, can watching. Donna's watching, Carrie's watching. All right, so a couple of things, right? Number one, if you did the paperclip challenge, here's what I'm doing. You're getting a free private session with me. You're like, I don't want a private session with you. But you get a free private session with me. Here's the thing though, you have to use it before February's over. Okay, so it's a free 30-minute one-on-one session. We can use it to talk about nutrition or maybe work on one of these moves or exercises. We can use it for whatever you want, right? Those of y'all that did the paperclip challenge, that's who it's for. Okay, so post in here, hey, I did the paperclip, Jeremy. I did all 7 days working on my habit. Make sure that you comment, because I'm going to take all the names, put it into a drawing, see who wins that free private 30-minute session with me. Those of y'all that are watching this video, make sure you like, comment, or share, and you're going to go into the drawing. I'm going to announce that either Thursday or Friday, but you have to watch it before midnight tonight. So, it's always about getting a little bit better, starting where you're at, but those 3 Ps, y'all, those are some of the best exercises you can possibly do. Push-ups, variations on pull-up. You can't do a regular pull-up, that's fine, right? I hear it all the time. Oh, I can never do those. You don't know that. When I first started doing pull-ups a few years ago, before I started getting all the kettlebell certifications, I could do a couple. And it was a challenge. Probably wasn't real strict. And I've just worked at it consistently after lots and lots and lots of years now. And so do the same thing, right? I always tell everybody we should all be able to push, pull, run, and jump, right? Pull, that's a big one. Being able to pull yourself up, right? Pulling up over a bar, it's a great thing. Less movement, the better. All right, so, and then lastly, we talked about plank. Core strength is just vital to everything. Our extremities work based on how well or how strong our core is. So, please, if you're watching this, guys, so I'll put a lot of time and effort and energy into these Wednesday videos. So if you like them, please give me a thumbs up. Like it, love it, share it, and then you guys will go into the drawing that I'll be giving away some more prizes either Thursday or Friday. Watch it before midnight tonight. Hope you guys have a great day. I appreciate those of y'all that watched. Appreciate y'all that are going to watch. Everybody have an awesome day.